So we're ready for another video that I'm working on. So first off, thanks for tuning into my channel again. If you're interested in scrap or gold recovery, these videos hopefully will give you a bit of information on stuff that I'm working on. So for today's video, in the gold recovery or scrapping out, whichever way you want to call it, because eventually we hope to gold recover out of them, I've got some video and music editing, audio editing equipment. So just got two little units in video and music audio. So as you can see from them, there's a lot of screws on the top of them. So what I'm going to do first off, I'm going to remove all the screws. I'm going to see then what we can get out of it, can be used in the future for gold recovery, what scrap stuff we have here now. They can scrap metals, is there aluminium, is there any copper, stuff like that in it. So make sure if you're not a subscriber that you subscribe to the channel, because you want to be kept up to date on what's happening with this channel. Hopefully I'll have a little bit of a giveaway in a while, well not today but in one of my future videos. I hope to have a bit of merchandise that I'm working on that I hope to give away to subscribers. So if it's something that might interest you, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your chance to win. It'll only be subscribers that'll have the chance to win it. If you're not a subscriber, you won't be a winner. So I'm hoping to give away some headphones branded with my logo on it, some tool kits that I've working on getting as well, some little tool kits which would be handy if you're into the scrapping. Again, they'll be branded with the Scrapping Irish logo, a few t-shirts maybe, beanie caps, stuff like that I'm working on at the moment. So if that's something that you think you might want to win, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, you won't be getting a chance to win it. It's only for subscribers only. So what I'm going to do first off, I'm going to just remove all the screws. So again, I'll do what I usually do. I'll just stop the video, I'll remove all the screws from both of these items. Once we've them removed, we'll take off the covers, we'll have a look inside and we'll see what's worth taking for gold recovery. Okay, so I've removed I think all the screws I can see, but I'm sure there's always one, as anyone that scraps stuff out knows there's always going to be one hidden somewhere. But we'll see how we get on. So remove the top cover. So straight off, this was made in the UK, so I'm expecting to see some nice stuff in here, and I have some nice boards here, some nice big EPROMs, I think some people call them. I always just call them IC chips, but some nice EPROMs, or not EPROMs, sorry, IC chips. The click type EPROM usually has a little window here in it for where they program it and stuff like that. So that's some nice boards there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that back in there for a minute. We're just going to get another quick look around the board before I open the second one, and then we'll dismantle it down further, because again I'm sure the screws inside of here holding the boards down, I can see some screws and stuff on there. So just turn it over and we'll look from the other side and see what we can see from the far side. So again, that's just steel that I'm throwing away there, just some steel. So we've got some nice looking boards on it. Just see, can we disconnect to make it easier to get in? So again, hopefully these will, when I break these down in the future videos, you can see if these are gold tipped or not for your pins, and these usually they are. Again, I expect them to be gold tipped, and these ones seem it is an older device made in the UK, so usually they will use higher grades than you'd find stuff come out of China. They usually get a higher grade of stuff from anything made in the UK. So we'll just remove these connectors. Now I'm going to have to cut that off. These connectors are just easily to be cut, so I'll cut them off in a minute. I'll just remove the ribbon if I can from here. Which way is this? Actually, that needs to be loosened from here, so we'll leave that for a second. we'll get another look at the boards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take all these screws out from along here to release the board. So I'll do that in a minute. I'll just put that aside for a second, and we'll open the second one. I'm expecting to see much the same in the second one as well. So again, just steel, some nice multicolored ribbon, something different. I haven't seen one of them in a while. So again, we'll just remove what ribbons I see. Okay. So again, this is just a little printed board, possibly could be silver. I'm going to have to test that out to see if that's a silver, but it doesn't look like it. No, it's not. So again, connections in here seem to have like a brass, more than likely brass connections, and not gold, any other brass I'd say. Some nice gold pins here, a little bit of copper. So that board is there, fairly basic, low grade board, but we'll start removing a few of these ribbons if I can, make it easier to get into it when we get down a bit further. So we'll take the two screws flying around the place. So again, much the same as the other board I was looking at. We've got our IC chips, a lot of IC chips, getting some nice gold pins here. Once I take these boards out, we'll get a better look at it. Some more IC chips. There's another board below this one, so I'm presuming there's two boards there and one here. So we have 5 boards in this in total. So I'm presuming there'll be some nice chips on the ones below them as well. So that's a nice little find. Nice lot of IC chips there. A lot of wiring. I don't see any MLCCs on it. I just see a lot of little transistors of sort. A few aluminium heat sinks on them, very light actually. Over this side there's a few bits and pieces I don't know much about, to be honest, stuff that I haven't gone through. So if anyone's out there watching this video and know about some of the other stuff that can see something on these boards, just let me know if they're worth taking off. Again, we have a large copper coil over here, so again I can remove that for the copper. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove these screws from this area here to give me a bit of access to the boards. So we can, once we remove these, we should be able to get access to the boards underneath. And we'll see if there's much on, are all the boards much the same. So again, I'll just remove these screws quickly if I can. There's a lot of them, so I might just pause the video and come back to it once I have them all removed. Because again, most people know how to remove screws at this stage, and if you don't, I don't think you should be getting involved in chemicals later on down the road doing the recycling of or the refining of the gold. If you can't remove screws from the item, it's something you should maybe stay away from. So I'll just pause it there and we'll come back when I have these removed. Okay, so I've removed a lot of the screws that I could see around there, so we'll pull out the boards now. So again, some IC chips, some nice IC chips on there, some nice looking board, gold pins in here. And say there's a few, I don't know is there anything in them. So if anyone knows much about that, these sort of items, if they're worth collecting or not, let me know on the comments please. Anything that you can let me know would be very helpful. Another board underneath that then contained more IC chips. Now there we go, that's what I was looking for. There's an EEPROM. So as you can see there's a nice little EEPROM, not gold. I can see gold bonding wire around it, but not actual gold capped inside of it. So that's your little EEPROM. That's where you program, that can be programmed, that chip. If you look online, you'll see people reprogramming them EEPROMs. So that's a nice little EEPROM there. So we'll take that out. Let's see, what are we here? Okay, so again, so IC chips, gold pins. The far side is just solder with wiring on it, which is unusual enough. That they've ran wire as well. So that means, well, I don't know what it means, to be honest. Must be something to do with the way it was programmed. So again, so we have like a double IC chip, crystal oscillator on it. So again, if anyone knows anything about any of these type of connections, let me know what they are, if they're worth collecting. There's no EEPROM on this, just IC chips. So that's that one, the one underneath it. Again, a lot of IC chips, gold pins on this side as well. So we have our gold pins in here, you can see the gold on them. Hopefully they're a bit thicker than the normal ones. Because of it being made in England, I'm presuming they will be a bit higher grade. I'm hoping they'll be a bit higher grade. So that's that. And the last one, we've missed a screw. So we'll just take out the last screw. This is a nice big chunk of aluminium as well. So we got a nice chunk of aluminium there, and the last screw in this particular one. There. Okay. So again, this has a few little connectors onto it. So we'll just remove them. So again, gold pins, IC chips, a little bit of aluminium, more of these type. I don't know if they're worth collecting or not. There's a lot of them on it. So again, someone will let me know if they're worth them. I know they used to be an older type MLCC, so I don't know, are they them? I don't think so. I think they're resistors. That they're just resistors. So I'd say they're just a resistor. So that seems to be about it on that board. So some very nice boards there. Nice little EEPROM in it. Then on the back side, we just got power. So a power connection. We have another board here that I'll remove. So again, that is held on by these screws in here. So we'll have to just change the thing, because again, the this part of the board should be gold connected. Inside of here, these should have these little gold pins in them where they connected in. So if I can just try and remove this from the rod that's underneath it, so we can see here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 connectors to it. So what I'll do again, I'll pause the video, I'll remove them, and we'll see what's if they're gold connected. They are more than likely. So remove that. Again, I have another board up here. I'm going to loosen all the screws on so I can get to that front board or power board of the sorry, that's the LED, where the LED thing. I'll do the same on the second one. When you come back, we should be ready to just pull them off. Okay, so I've removed most of the screws from everything. So that other board that we were looking at, I've removed it. And I've looked inside of these. I can see there are gold plated on the inside. I'm just wondering, can I get a screwdriver in underneath or something, maybe just to pry it away from the board a bit so you can get a better look at it, but I doubt it will work. I'll have to use the heat gun. So again, if you want to see how I loosen these out, I have videos up there where I've used a heat gun. I'll put a little link here where somewhere in the corner or up around this area of the video for you, where I've used the heat gun to release the likes of these from the boards, so you can get an idea how to remove them from the board. So just remove these boards from the second one of these. So again, we've got your IC chips, again IC chips on them there, a lot of these resistors, a lot of IC chips, gold pins in here, gold pins here, just along here, gold pins again in here, gold pins in here. So some nice gold pins. Again, I'd use the heat gun to soften the solder to allow me to pull that off. Once I've pulled it off, it's easy enough to remove the pins. So again, that's that one. So same here on this, IC chips, gold pins, more gold pins here, more gold pins along here. They even have a little resistor on the back of this one soldered to it, so it's like afterwards they decided they needed another resistor somewhere, so they put one in here. So more gold pins here, more gold pins here. So again, a lot of gold pins on this one. I don't know what was in there. It must have been left for an IC chip or something at some stage, or some sort of other connector, but it never was added to it. Crystal oscillator in here, some sort of switch device or some sort of switch in here. Okay, remove them again. So again, IC chips, resistors, capacitors, heat sinks on these, which should be aluminium, more ICs. Don't know what that device is there, to be honest with you. It's marked as a code on it is 1, 3 or L3. Seems to be the code on it, and L3 if anyone knows what that is. Gold pins. Okay. So this is the big chunk of aluminium with the copper on it. Let me see if I can get a screwdriver to this and we can try and just remove the copper connector from it. Okay, so we're left with a nice chunk of aluminium. Well, not really heavy, but nice little plate, aluminium plate. Fairly weighty. Copper coil. So a nice little bit of weight on that little copper coil. So again, that can go in with your copper. You can pull it apart. You can throw it in as it is. We won't get as much value, so it's better to pull it apart. So again, we'll just cut some of these wires to So again, a little board here, not really much of value on it. Again, we just have the gold pin connectors. That'll be mainly it on this board. There's a little resistor, a little copper coil there. That's about it on that board. It's not really much of value, very low grade board. So again, you can either just throw that onto low grade boards, or you can remove the pins if you wish. Which are the only thing of value on it. So then we're left with on both of them we're left with these. So again, these will have little gold pins in here usually, little gold pins connections in here. That'll be about it really on this. There's nothing else of value. That's just your power unit, your on off. Some people might keep that, use it for a switch in some device or something they're working on. So you'll have a little switch there if it's any good to anyone. Just remove it from the actual board and use it again in something else that they might be working on. Gold connectors, as I said, in here, usually in under these pins, but I'm wondering, can I remove them easily to give you an idea of what it looks like? If we can get this out, I'll try and give you an idea what these pins look like. I'll just remove the ribbon, but these in here usually will be gold tipped when I remove them out of it. So if I pull them pins out, they're usually gold tipped. So it's just another little thing to look after on the board. So again, we'll have 2 lots of that. I've already looked at this particular one. I've already shown you what's on the back of these, so again, I'll just remove that later off camera. No need to do it a second time. I'll just take it away and put the rest away for scrap. So again, that's a little aluminium bar going across there. I've checked it with the magnet, it's not magnetic, so aluminium bar going across there. Again, I'll remove these screws here, along here, here, and that should let me get get off that board. So it's not really, it's just a matter of removing the screws to get into that board. Might as well do it now. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. As I said, hopefully we will have a competition coming up where I'll have some Scrappin' Irish merchandise to give away. So if you fancy a Scrappin' Irish t-shirt or baseball cap or beanie, hopefully have some toolkits which will be branded Scrappin' Irish that I'll give away to my subscribers. So if you want a chance to win them, you're going to have to be subscribed to the channel. So I expect you to subscribe and leave a comment, because again, a lot of people who subscribe, they may have their privacy settings very high, and if you have your privacy settings very high, it just shows I have a new subscriber but doesn't show who it is. So unless I know who it is, I can't put you into the competition when I do the competition for this stuff. So again, try and leave a comment so that I can do up a list of all the people who are subscribers. And again, if I see more comments than there is subscribers, I know that people are messing, so we won't be running the competition. Or all I do is I'll only include the people who are showing up as subscribers. So it's not, if you're hiding your subscription, that I can't see it because of the privacy settings, unfortunately I won't be able to do anything about your entry into the competition. You know, it's just the way it is. I can't guess who you are. So I might run one on Facebook as well. I have a Facebook page if people want to check it. It's a link there on this on my main page on the YouTube channel. I've also set up a Twitter for Scrappin' Irish. So again, we might do a competition through the Twitter as well. So if you start to follow me on the Twitter, look at my Facebook. I might do it through the Facebook page, competition through the Facebook page. So it's just trying to build up my my exposure on different platforms, so that we can do a lot more together. So what I'm going to do off camera now, this is more or less the end of the video. Off camera, I'm just going to remove this panel here. It's just held on with a lot of pins. I'm not expecting much on this, to be honest. That's why I'm just going to remove it off. I just know there's the gold connectors here, that's it. This side, there's switches, so I expect a bit of silver in under them, but I'm not expecting to see any IC chips or anything of real value on it. So that's why I'll just do it off camera. I won't bother doing it. And if I find anything of value, I will come straight back onto camera. If not, thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe, leave a comment. I say keep an eye out for the competition. Subscribe if you want to be in with a chance to win stuff. If you're not subscribed, you can't win. As I say, if you ain't in, you won't win. Okay? Thank you. Keep on scrapping. Okay, so I decided just to come back and not finish the video at this point instead. So I removed the front covers. So as I said, I'd come back and just show you, because there was nothing really of any good on them, just gold pins on both of them. So there's some switches here. Again, I removed that switch, but it's not silver, it's copper that's inside of here. So it's got copper connectors on it. So that was what I had inside of them too. Also, I just said I'd come back because to show you. So I removed this earlier, you see in the video, I removed the ribbon, and I said that these would usually be gold plated. So you can see there that they are, and I'll just see if I can pull one out. So I said I'd pull one of these pins out and show you what they are. So there's your little gold plated pin. It's very hard to see it with the focus, isn't great on this. If I can bring it a bit closer and just get it to autofocus. No, it's not going to really autofocus for me because of the lighting. But that's our gold pin. So you can see there glitter, a little gold. So that's what's inside of these connectors there, is a row of these gold pins, which is quite nice to come across on them. So again, that was quite a high grade stuff to find in this for the size of the devices. So then we're going to finish the video up there now this time. So keep on scrapping, keep on finding that gold.